Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How's everybody doing? Mm, Friday already. All right, who's here? Nikki was here, I think, earlier. Hi, Nikki. Thanks as always. Tommy J. Daniel, how you doing? Randy, how you doing? Good morning from Thailand. I guess good evening to Randy and Tommy. Um, let's see, my glasses are crooked. I gotta order some new glasses. These ones are I've got uh, pretty much rubber banded back together, I think. All good. Can hear me fine. Okay, cool. I'll show you guys so now I've got the laptop here on a new fan system, and then I've got that new curved monitor in front of me. I think it's not 32, it's 27, I think. And then the 22-inch new Acer deal that I got from uh, my wife's work. Got it last night. It seems to work perfect. I did that little test on the on it, and just as a backup, because like I said, it was like 100. I think with the exchange rate, it's like $130 or something. So I thought it was worth it. I couldn't see how the video was going to be, and maybe I'll do another test on it now that I've got a shirt on. I didn't do it because I didn't have, I wasn't dressed, so I just had this on there. So it's weird. It already picks up inside here when I download it, or when I opened up StreamYard on that computer. But it's kind of nice because it's all in one. Everything's in the monitor. It's got, like I said, 16 gig of RAM or whatever, and so I should be able to do. I haven't downloaded my editing software on it, but cool. Thanks, Randy. Yeah, but I haven't. When I did the one last night with the other computer, it was just with the that was with the computer microphone, so no external microphone on it or anything. And like I said, just backup in case the laptop takes a crap. And then I got a Logitech new mouse and wireless keyboard, so I don't have to go like this on the laptop. I've got the keyboard right in front of me. Hey, Mitch, how you doing? Can't make the stream this morning. Headed to cremation for the wow. I know people dropping, huh? Hey, what's up, Logan? Jamie, how are you? Well, that's a bummer. I know that there's my wife just went to one too. One of the people that works, father of one of the people's wives, I guess. And then I watched uh, watch Kenny's deal, Paradise in Thailand, and that one guy he knew, and I don't know. And then I noticed on Facebook the other day, one of the guys I grew up with, he's ill and in the hospital. Um, I don't know, man. Like I said, hey, gorgeous, how you doing? Got to, got to live your life. We're not guaranteed tomorrow, for sure. Especially now, me anyway. I feel that way. Yeah, I felt that way for a while, but at 67 now, I feel good. Even gonna go back to the gym and stuff. So I'm feeling a lot better. Yeah, exactly. And that's what my wife's telling me too. A lot of people here in Surin, um, but I had told somebody, because I went out to lunch with Andrew yesterday, which was awesome. It was a good time. But you look at the Surin deal here, and you can see the 40 on the top. Of course, the numbers are backwards, but you see down a week from now, 33, 34. So maybe we're going to get at least here in Surin, we're going to get a little break from the heat. But I did watch. In the chat, Paul. Hey, Tip, how you doing? See, did I miss anybody saying that? Paul, oh, I didn't see. There's Paul. Hey, Paul, what's up? Hope you're well. Um, but I did watch. I did watch your video, Logan, Jamie. Um, is there really that much that you can say that you're eating better pizza by yogurt-based dough? I guess it tasted pretty good out of the oven. If you guys haven't watched it, I won't ruin it too much, but go watch. Go watch Going Gray's um, video. Uh, I got a kick out of it. I thought it was. I'm not. If I'm gonna shove down the pizza, I'm not too worried about whether it's going to be healthy at that point. I pretty much know that it's not going to be. But I wouldn't even have thought of that. What did you do? Go on YouTube and go, what's a better pizza dough or a healthier pizza dough? Is there sites for that? I don't know. But I still haven't. It's still here, the oven. All this stuff's ready to go into the in back into the trailer. I was talking to somebody, and I'll let you know at a later date about making a 2.5 week trip with me from Surin in the trailer all the way up to see Craig and Douglas and Ron, and then I want to go up towards Joe's and check out the beaches that I heard you can just park right anywhere you want, pretty much, and no one bugs you right on the ocean between Hua Hin and Pachuap Curry Con, where Joe is. Supposed to be a lot of beaches, so I'll keep you updated on that. That ought to be fun. Uh, the person who I'm thinking about going with, it should be a bunch of fun. Oh, let's see. Okay, did I miss anything, or everybody's just saying hi, hi, cool? But I still haven't. The oven's still there. I did get my propane jug filled, so now all I've got to do is get a regulator, and that's pretty much it. And then I just got to make some dough and some sauce. It's a viral healthy dough on Instagram. It's actually really good, but doesn't work in the 700 make the pizza in 90 seconds. Yeah, but you could throttle that your oven back, right? There's no reason that you got to run it full blast. I mean, you could run it back then. The only reason I could see having to go 700 is if you want to cook a Neapolitan pizza in 60 or 90 seconds. But I think you could dial it back, I would think. But I mean, if you said it, I mean, in the video, if you guys watch the video, he does, "Hey, Andrew, how are you? We had a good lunch yesterday. It was fun." Um, yeah, I would imagine you could just dial it back. I want to get this oven going because first off, I want to see how it's gonna cook because I know it's gonna work good, and I don't have to worry about wood chips and charcoal and nothing. I'm looking forward to it. So hopefully I'll get that and then we'll do a video on that. I did. I have mozzarella in the refrigerator and freezer. I cut it into blocks that I can run down into my food processor, and it seemed to work out good. I tasted the cheese. It was a block, and I cut it in yay thick slices, and then cut each one of those into three three wedges, and then put them all in a airtight container, 3 or 4 airtight containers because I bought the big block, and it works good. But then I could just yeah. The only thing that I would think on the oven in the house, what are you cooking it on? You cooked it on that grate. Was the bottom done? Was it crispy? Was it raw? I mean, I could see in the oven on a pizza stone, uh, but I don't know how. I never cooked a pizza on those wire deals. I've never cooked one before. But that's the whole point: is not cooking it in the kitchen, and going out in the backyard and having a little thing and have your drink out there and relaxing. That's part of the deal. That's why I like here. So if it does work good, I did I did order some of those pre-made deals, which is going to be for the Thai parties because it'll be easy for me to. I don't have to make the dough. I've got sauce, got crab sticks, I've got everything that they want on it. Pineapple, they're what I consider a Thai pizza. In fact, I think they'd rather have it with Thousand Island dressing. Um, one way, my wife, we went to pizza, the big pizza one, the one that's in all the Robinsons and stuff, and took the kids there, and that's what the oldest daughter ordered was a double cheese pizza with Thousand Island as the sauce. Um, but we ended up buying a little, you know, in their club or whatever, and you get a bunch of discounts. Plus, I told this to Andrew yesterday. Anytime, regardless of whether they have specials and stuff going on, I can get a 2 for 1 on any pizza that I want for the year. So it's worth it just for that, I think. But Pizza Company, that's it, Jack. You got it. Thanks and welcome. Hey, Gary, how are you doing? Hope you're well. Uh, but it's fun with this one. But like I said, I got on my Lasada. I've got to order the ice machine. I didn't do a little video or anything on the ice machine. I'm gonna have to do that. The ice machine's awesome, but all it's got is a little inline, little bitty filter that it came with. And after I drink my Coke, you can hear a little bit of ice in there. And as the ice melts, it tastes like shit. So I'm imagining that filter's not doing any good. So I ordered a. Let's see. I should be able to. Let me see if I can do this. Oh, QR code. All right, hold on a second. I found an easier way to. I don't know why. I used to be able to. Oh, I'm sorry, wrong one here. I used to be able to just. It always stayed on, and now for some reason, it doesn't want to. It doesn't want to. It wants to keep logging me out of um, of Lasada. Oh, now it doesn't want to do it. What the hell's going on? Oh, log in. Okay. Authorization successful. How come it still didn't work? Okay, there it is. Incorrect path. Oh, again. Let me try it one more time. I don't know why. I'm just. It's a. It's a. Uh, um, just one of those. It's not an RO deal, but it's a. I'll show it to you. I've actually got it to open now. You'd think I'd be a little more um, ahead on my on what I'm doing here, but wouldn't be normal. Share screen, Lasada. Okay, there it is. That should be it there. You guys seeing it? And fairly reasonable. Look at 12 what is that? $40. And then I bought the, let me go back here. Where are you? Two. I figure since I'm going to get that for $4.99, the change out for the filters are here, right there, $4.99. But that way I've got at least one, because otherwise I'll probably be stumbling all over myself to get back over there to figure out which ones do I need and all that. This is from the same manufacturer, so now I've got it in there. Hey James, hey Craig, sorry to hear about your I don't know, what is she, an aunt or something, cousin? Sorry to hear about that. Well, we were just talking about that earlier. There's way too many people going past them, And my wife asked me too because I told her about it. How old was she? Um, she had to be. I'm imagining. I believe she it's close to your wife's age, something like that. Hey, Bruce, how are you? Um, but anyway, there's way too many people passing. Um, so I've got to get in there and change. That's what I'm going to put under the ice machine. But maybe when I get that, I'm going to order that today. Um, I'll do a little. I'll do a little short video because the ice machine's freaking awesome. And like I told you, when I put it in the cabinet, it's like that far from it fits right flush into it next to where they built in the new oven, which I don't know if I showed you guys too. I moved it from under the burners and made that cabinets and storage and stuff. Um, I'll have to yeah, about 55. Wow, way too young, way too young. Sorry to hear that. My condolences. Um, the when I install that, and it should be, if you look at the right now, it's got that white tubing going to just the little inline deal on each side, and then up to the ice machine. So all I got to do is just take that out underneath the sink, mount uh, the filter right up against the back wall, and then just take that same white piping will fit right into each end. As you can, let's see, it'll. Hold on one second. It'll. I guess what I'm saying, it's going to be a real easy. I'll even be able to do it. Hopefully, I won't hurt myself with a with a screwdriver. But if you look at the or with a drill gun, right here on the right side, there's that. You see the little deal there. This one comes with an extra something or other. But these have a lot of carbon and taste stuff in them to get rid of that. So hopefully they'll last a while. And then so all I do is take it out, put it on the right side, put it up on the top one, coming up that top one right there, and plug that in and flush the filters, and it's done. So it's actually something I will attempt to do by myself. There's not any cutting or saws or anything involved. Um, yeah, when I asked my wife, and the only reason it kind of jogged my memory, the slow cooker, put it out in the sun, is I want one of those. I'm tired. I mean, this is my favorite drink, I think, here in Thailand. And uh, but my real favorite drink is sun tea. And I bought Lipton. We ended up giving it away. All the people that had the COVID crap, uh, we gave a bottle of honey to, and 20 bags of Lipton, regular old Lipton tea, and lemon, or with them. And they said my daughter had it twice, and people that we know had it. They said out of even the medication that they were getting more relief from just the honey and the Lipton tea. But I always wanted it, and I could have swore I bought a big glass container, but I don't know. I got to find it because I really you just set that in the refrigerator and you got a constant supply of. And now with the ice machine, it's awesome because they were going and getting ice for me at least every other day, and it's only right down the street, but it's a pain in the ass. And this thing works awesome, and it's got the little cubes. Could have got a different style, but I like the little cubes because in case you want to make a smoothie or something, it blends up way easier than the other one, than the big ones here. Yeah, I mean it's so easy, and I had it with with sweet and low, and lemon, and it's awesome. I could drink it, in the States, which I don't see it too much here. They have Coke unlimited every once in a while. You got to pay a little more for it. But in all the places that I would go, the Mexican restaurants, I'd have my margaritas, but I would have tea, and tea was bottomless, as much as they wanted to put in it. So I guess maybe I'll have to do that too. So there's a couple other things that I want to order from that deal. So I'll order those, and then when I get it, because the ice machine is, like this high and that square, and it's got the lift up deal in it, and it took overnight to fill up the whole bin. This, that a big bin. Overnight it did it. So and I'll have to, when I do the video, I'll put out the price that it wasn't horrible. I want to say 7,000 baht or something. I don't know. I'll put it in there. Let's see, did I miss anything? But so I've rambled on getting the pizza oven done, doing a video on the ice machine, installing the filter. So hopefully I'll get to all that crap. And then this trip, which should be, I think it'll be a blast. So hopefully hopefully it transpires. Hey Jay, how you doing? Glad you could make it. But yeah, and the pizza, like I said, the only thing I got to do is make some sauce, and I have the cheese. I've got some crab sticks, so I can make some for my wife and the kids, just to check it out. I didn't order any pepperoni. I think maybe I will. Maybe I'll order. I like the pepperoni. I shouldn't be eating pizza anyway. And I got this ticket now that I could go to the pizza factory. Right? Is that what it is? Somebody had told me. I forget who it was. Bruce. Have ice block races in the mud. Hey, it just, I gotta have, like even this one. I'm gonna put it in the refrigerator now because there's no ice in this glass. I have to have ice when I'm drinking. I can't just have a cold Coke. I mean, I'll drink this one after I put it in the freezer, but I gotta have ice. And it would be nice, like if you guys saw the short video that I did on when I spilled the hot water on me. I did make that little bullet one is a battery or a USB, and it's kind of a piece of crap. But my wife's got a little bigger one that actually plugs into the 220, and it worked awesome with the orange juice and the banana. And if I had frozen strawberries, it'd make a good little smoothie. Hey, Aaron, how you doing, brother? Hope you're well. Morning to you. But yeah, so hopefully, I don't know. We'll see. Otherwise, I think I'm going to go. I know that if I go with somebody, my wife will be a lot happier, and it might be. It'll be a good time. But I still, if that doesn't transpire, I'll probably still go Craig's Way and go at least for a week. 7 days I'll go, and 2 days to get there, 2 days to get back, and the rest I'll hang out and check out. I don't know how far Douglas and everybody's away, but I'll figure out how to get there. But it should be fun. I want to get out in the trailer. I do have that new, and in that little video, I do show it on my that battery deal that I put in there to give me all the information off the solar. It's got a little piece about this big that's mounted in the wall, and then it's Bluetooth. So I have a couple of pictures in there that show that program working, and on my iPad, and it's freaking awesome. It says how many amp hours are left and all that, and I think I went 18 hours and I still had 41% on the batteries. And what I ended up doing was charging it the next day, and then I put the generator on it just to boost it up to get it, because I knew that my wife and the kids were coming. I wanted to make sure it was fully charged, and that's when the generator was running when I spilled the water and ended that that trip. And like I said, my wife and kids did come help me pack up. I drove back with ice on my hand and ice on my leg, and drove the hour and a half back. Parked the trailer, got in my wife's car. She drove me to the hospital and had them take a look at it. I got to go back. It looks fine. There's no infection, no scabs. It's a little bit, can't really see it here, but a little bit red discolored. I guess that's going to be the scar from it. And on my leg, a big red scar, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, thanks, Bruce. Just stupidity, man. And I have to, when I do go, and if I do go by myself, I just have to be. I mean, I can remember it all in slow motion watching this, and in my mind, in that half a second that it took for that to happen, I cursed myself. What an idiot you are! I all these things went through my mind of what an idiot I was, and I have to fix these scars. Yeah, they do. But it I just need to be more cautious. You're out here by yourself. You're not. I need to be a little bit better about it. Make my wife feel good about it. Let's see. Aaron, Jamie just said every time we watch a live stream, Dave has more body. And these ones are the ones that are going to the. I put them in the seat. They're going to the trailer. That's the small uh, solar panel that plugs into that little battery deal. This is the pizza oven that's going to go on the back porch and get set up. So the stuff's pretty much gone. This stuff over here, I have no excuse for. This stuff I'm just going through everything and putting away in the cabinet. But yeah, I do. Cardboard box collection. Yeah, there's a big one here you can't really see. That was the one that the PC came in. I'll show you. I put this extra long here so you guys could see what I'm looking at. So there's my laptop. There's the new fancy deal. I have it turned down now. It's got a filter on it, and then it blows air through my laptop. That's the new curved screen. I think it's 27-inch, and then this is the new 22-inch Acer um, computer. So, and that's a little camera which I'll check, and that was the test that I did. And then this is the new keyboard for this one. This is a Dell cheaper one, and mouse wireless for this one. And then that's the box that it came in, and that's going out to the trailer also. So it is a mess, but it's getting there. Let's see, how does this go on here? Huh, that's not bad. So that was easy. You guys got to see around here. Um, yeah, exactly. I just need to. I mean, I'm the first one that's always saying, I'm retired. What do I need to rush doing anything? If it takes you 2 days to do your, once a year visa, so it takes 2 days. What difference does it make? So I do. I need to do it. Yeah, the command center, and then this is the. You guys didn't see that. That's the 65-inch with a bunch of crap all in front of it. All that stuff's laid out to go in the cabinetry down there. But that was that I don't know, what do you call it? That this this was, I forget how much it was, but it fit in here. I bought it at one of the places. It came in, boom, boom. They put it up. The only thing on this side up here is where the electrical comes in, and there's only about that much room to get in there to get your finger on the breaker. But I've never had to screw with it. Yeah, this is my little room outside. This is that knockdown house. and nice desk, nice couch, and I believe that's similar to what you got, right, Logan? Here I am. I like being able to rip this thing off. You see the couch, and goes from there over to there. It's about, I don't know, it's longer than me, but that's the one that goes down. What do you call that? Where it folds flat. Yeah, I like it being able to grab the camera. Enjoy the new toys. Yeah, I know. I've got enough. Every time I go on, I mean, look at my how many things do I have in my 276 things in my basket deal in Lasada, and I bought some. I'm looking at some stuff for a pond only because it's I don't know what they've got going on, but they've got some thing going on. This little drum filter, which is kind of like the ones that I have on the pond, though it's I could tell it's a cheaper quality. It's 5,400 baht, and the one that I've actually got, these are smaller ones. These are 10 ton or 10 cubic meters. The is 9,000, so damn near almost twice as much money. But the thing, the general function is there. It should work, and I might I might buy it. But I don't know. He's only got one of them left. I ought to buy it. But anyway, let me get back in off of Lasada. But it's addictive, man. It's addictive. Yeah, it's fun, and with the air conditioner, I can keep it freezing in here. This is a 1 ton air conditioner. What is this thing? It's basically it's 4 meters by 3 meters. So whatever that is in square feet, this thing will bring it down to 50 degrees down there. Yeah, it just it sets up and it clicks and then it goes flat, and it's actually kind of comfortable. It's not bad, but it's small. It was the one that we ended up buying one of these for the brother in Ubon. So do they make a water cooler? No. The only thing, like if you've seen my pond, I've got those they're backy is what they're called, backy showers, and that even though the humidity is so high, it still does get a little bit of evaporation, and it keeps it down to where even during the 42 degrees here, my fish are still alive. It's getting close though to what they can survive in, but koi are really resilient. I mean, they'll survive into the 90s on the high side, and all the way down to uh, at close to freezing temperatures, 33, 34 degrees, as long as if the top of the pond freezes and they make little hot rings that sit there and are plugged in, and they keep a hole in the ice so you can get rid of the gases. As long as you've got that, they will survive. But the best thing about Thailand here and having koi is, for one thing, getting that water temperature up that hot is hard for some people. And when you get it up there, there's certain bugs, Costia, I think it is, that there's certain bacteria and stuff that cannot live in water above 85 degrees. And I don't know if that's exact. Don't quote me. I'd have to go back and look. It's been a long time since I read about it. But anyway, there's ways to get rid of it with chemical, with treatments, and then there's way to get rid of a certain deadly bug, by raising the water temperature above a set point. Hard for people in Europe and stuff like that because in the middle of winter, or not in the middle, but what happens when they do transitions is when the koi are really success are really success. No, I'm not going to be able to say it. They can get they can get a lot of have a lot of problems when they're coming out of a cold deal, because the bad bacteria has a way of blooming first, and the good stuff that you need is behind it. So you have an area there. Don't have to worry about that so much in Thailand because my water temperature never gets out of the stage to where the bacteria is going to go away. So it it the problem here is that, and I think with my two towers that I have, keep my water temperature. Because if you're on Facebook and you're kind of connected to koi groups or whatever, like I am or whatever, um, stuff will pop up on my Facebook with just a bunch of fish just laying out dead. Why did my fish die? What And a lot of them think it's aeration. My pumps are have lithium ion batteries in them. So even if the power goes out, which mine's on the solar, um, it it'll run almost 2.5, 3 hours on their own batteries. So it makes it makes it nice. Good question. Are the koi doing okay in the hot weather? I think answer. Yeah, they are. They're doing good. I'll have to do a little. I'll have to do a little video on it. Yeah, any quick changes in anything, temperature, pH, they can survive from 6 to 9.5, 10. 10's a little high. That big swing, but if they go from 6 to 9 in 30 seconds, no, not good, not good at all. But yeah, they can survive in a big range in both water temperature, pH, everything. The 1 meters that I've gotten, I've got to install this new one, and this one, I think I've shown it to you guys before. It it has probes that continuously are submersed. It gives me pH. It'll give a bunch of things. EC. It'll give me salt, salinity, TDS, salt, and temperature, and humidity. So it'll give me a lot of stuff, and this is all on an app on my phone. So I can once I have one installed in there, but it's been in there for almost a year and a half now, ever since the pond was started, and it took a crap the other day. But this right here, anywhere that I'm at, if I'm in Pattaya or whatever, I just click it. It'll show me. It'll alert me if the pH goes. A big problem that a lot of they don't keep their KH and their alkalinity, uh, which is the buffer that you need to keep from big swings and stuff in pH. I run oyster shells as they decompose. They put that alkalinity in the water, but every once in a while I have to put baking soda in it to keep it, and I test for alkalinity. But it people don't do that, and if you have a crash and it gets below anywhere creeping below 6, and it will do that, it'll crash, and when it does that, it'll kill all your fish, and you'll be wondering what the hell, what happened. um, it kind of sucks, but as long as you watch the water and test it, and once you get into it, I only do mine once a week, but I keep my eye on it. If I see something weird, I'll test it. Once you keep the water parameters pretty constant here in Thailand, you don't have much problem. I've got injectable antibiotics, and all the stuff I need is in this one, all in that tower, and I'm still organizing that. But it's it it's it's a good hobby. It can get frustrating, especially if you're in a place that has a strong winter and stuff like that, and you've got fish coming in and out. You need to know a lot. You need to have a microscope is a must. You need to know how to scrape a fish, how to look and see what it's got, because a lot of people just guess, and they start treating them with all sorts of freaking chemicals that do more harm than good. Um, no, I don't. Dave's got all the boiling. Yeah, boiling or freezing water will make you stop swimming. I'm surprised you guys don't have a pool there in Texas. Here, my little pool, which I haven't been able to go in yet. I'm sure I'll get the okay when I go. And I got to ask my wife. I think I go this Sunday back to the doctor, but it looks it's healed, so I can probably go in. But it's a warm bath because it's such a small body of water. But I think Tim in Udon, I think Tim has his is no cover over his. I think when we originally had talked, I don't see him on too much anymore. Tim's a great guy. Uh, I thought he was going to put those, those sheets that you stretch out the big triangular deals. I thought he was going to put those over it, but maybe he just hasn't got around to it yet. Yeah, I think having a pool. My aunts and uncles, when I was a kid, having a pool was a big deal. People didn't have them; they were a lot of money. We were, I don't know, lower middle class. I don't know what we're called. We were poor. Yes. A little lime in the water as well as in the chicken coop. Yeah, you can use it to it's acidic. If your water was high in pH, mine's balanced out. It's running about I like 7.5, 8, somewhere in there between 7 and 8. Seven's neutral. Um, but like I said, they'll live in a lot of the concrete ponds have a tendency to have that lime and all that stuff in the concrete. They leach it out. They use all sorts of stuff that I was completely oblivious to. I didn't know that they put bamboo cut down, or not bamboo, but banana trees and stick that in the water. And when the bugs come in and they see those in there, then they know it's safe to put their fish in. Mostly, other types of fish, but for koi too. I painted and sealed mine, but the stuff will leach out and you'll have a high pH. So. But the pool came with my house. I never got one. Yeah. Um, Surprisingly enough, I had big pieces of property, and I never quite got around to putting in pools. I should have. Yeah, cement pond. Hey Jake, how you doing? Um, Helps to keep the green down and the bugs. Yeah, I run UV light for that, and I don't. I could be feeding my fish probably at least twice as much as I feed them, and I feed them a lot. But it seems I found a balance in there. A lot of people have trouble with certain kinds of algae, and string algae is one of them. But I've been lucky enough; I haven't had that. And when when I feed them, an hour after I feed them, they're grazing around the pond on the side, and I've got an awesome, you know, that real smooth, velvety smooth coating over the whole pond, which is awesome. But they've only spawned like I've got one in there that's like this big that my wife said is from the original when we started, 3-4 years ago at the rental house, and it's been around. It just won't grow, and some of them do. I don't know all the things on it. They say that the bigger fish, when they're in a pond, they secrete a hormone that keeps the younger fish from growing and over getting bigger. Because I told my wife, you can put as many fish in the pond as you want. You're going to be way over. I over filtrate, so the filtration's there to keep the ammonia and all that at bay. But it's just life. I don't know. They're only they're going to die off to feel comfortable, on what they've got. And so I haven't let her put any more fish in the pond. So yeah, I haven't had any problem with it. But like I said, I run UV lights, and I've got 3 UV lights. One in the where the main 4 inch from the bottom comes up into my first chamber. of my filter. And then in each one of the new drum filters, I have it in there to keep the algae from building up on the drum itself. And it doesn't take much service. The drums are the only way to go, man. It's almost like I have that. I have that one that I built, that pool filter with the plastic media in it that is uh, heavy biological filtration. I'm afraid to take it out. I'm sure I still have plenty of filtration, but that's the only, and that's just back flushing it and blowing it out and put it 2 minutes, once a week is what I do with it. It's easy. I should do it 10 minutes. And the other chambers I've kept empty now. So it comes up and it goes down through one, up through the other, and then down and into where the pumps are on the end. And that's where I did have that plastic media, but I couldn't get it to. I could still do that, but I haven't done that. And I might do that again, but I've got to design it better. I wasn't getting good enough movement, and I had too much media in there, and that I found out it was a bacteria that was getting to my eyes. And once I've killed all that stuff, it's been fine now. So I've gotten it out of there. Although it is running in the front one. Front one I should do something on too. That front pond's looking good. Let's see. A little, this is Beverly Hillbilly personal trivia. I used to read Ellie Mae Donna Douglas's Electric Meter in the early 80s. You never saw her? Uh, let's see. Everybody saying hello. Did I just didn't see Justin? How you doing? Trying to catch up on stuff. No, mine. I turn my pond over 4 times an hour, and when you get into bigger ponds, they'll tell you you can turn it over anytime, once every 2 hours on big ponds because it just isn't feasible, economical to do. But I think mine is, well, it's 5,000 gallons, whatever that is. That's 16,000 liters, and I'm running one 30,000 liter pump and two 12,000 liter pumps, and they're a little bit less than that, maybe twice an hour, which I think is good. That's like my sweet spot between 1.5 and 2 times. But you can do it as much as you want. Sometimes slower is better, on through the media to get rid of everything, to give all the bacteria time to eat what they need to eat. Yeah, the other pond, natural bed. Yeah, I don't know. There's no dead fish in there. We're gonna probably go there. I'm gonna guess next weekend, not today. A week from tomorrow, we'll probably leave on Saturday morning, and maybe my wife will take a day off. I don't know. It's hard for her uh, to muster not going to work, but she and I'm going to take a look at it. But he, um, like I had said, where the cows were going in and the buffalo or whatever they are going in and up to their necks. He said that if we didn't he brought in 5 loads of dirt and tractor and they made it around there. I said they're not going to be able to get in there because I wanted to do that before, but I didn't want to tell my uncle, hey, your cows can't come in my pond, because the ammonia levels were so slight, and the fish were doing okay. But they haven't found any fish of any kind floating or anything in the pond. I was gonna thought about aerating it and the solar paddle deals and stuff like that. Craig does a lot of that stuff, but Uh, I haven't. So I'll know when I go there. I'll take a look at the pond. You're not you're walking in your shoes in America, or are you still in Thailand, Robbie? Hello, by the way. Lakes has come seasonal, temporary low dissolved oxygen levels. Yeah, I haven't seen anything. That pond's pretty deep, so I'm not too worried about temperature. I am that it's probably again, like I told my wife, you can put as many little fish in there as you want. They're gonna die when they need to die. When it's when you've got enough in there. Um, so you can leave it up to that. Oh, you are in John Tim. Okay, cool. I know you're going back soon, right? I think. But I don't know for sure. Hey, T, how you doing? Glad to see you can make it. Uh, but I want to check on the pond and check around there. I bought a Scoopy that he redid, and then we're gonna bring I think my wife's Scoopy out there when we go, and we'll have two of those there. So if the kids want to cruise around there, or me and my wife want to do, we can do that. And just check out the house and stuff. I'm still the biggest aggravation is the electric. Not being not getting any electricity. I mean, I it's as far as I'm concerned, I'm here willing to pay for it. How come you won't give it to me? But I guess that's American mentality. Is I want to pay for it, so how come you don't give it to me? And their biggest thing is, yeah, give us 300,000 baht and we'll set you a new transformer on the pole across the street from your house. But if I'm going to do that, I'm going to put in solar and go completely off the grid. Screw it. But I don't want to spend the money. I've already spent more than I wanted to. I have to redo all the numbers. I should probably do that for people that are really interested in it. But it's right at about 75,000 baht, or 75,000 baht would be nice. 75,000 US. Well, that's for everything. The carport, and like I said, the carport was built. You couldn't knock that thing down with a tractor. So go there, check out everything. But it's a bummer because even if I'm running the living room air conditioner and the my bedroom air conditioner, there the lights are dimming. And it's not because the wire size, everything is good. There's not enough juice. There's no juice. The transformer's like on the other side of the freaking world from there. So, and the bill was that I talked to my wife. I'm going, it's 3,000 baht. Not that that's a lot of money, but for for a house that's I never go to, it could be. But she showed me the bill for our house was high too, 9,000. But I'm running 5 air conditioners. I got the pool and the pond. If I didn't have the solar, it would be 5,000-6,000 more. It would be 14, 15. So not that was high too, but she showed me the per whatever kilowatt or whatever it was double for Ubon. And I don't know why, because it's out in the sticks or what the deal is, but it was double the cost of what I pay per unit here in Surin. So a long time did not come over today. Was home. Just nice to see him blaring. Uh, Everyone using AC because of the heat over there. Yeah, and it is, and they run. And I'm not gonna say anything. I know when the kids are here for the 2 months out of the year, and if we and they're here during the hottest time of the year, that it's going to be. I still have some tweaking to do. I just can't. I'm getting to the point now where I'm going to have my wife. I'm going to ask her one more time to send him another message, and at least tell me when he's going to be able to come. And I'm just going to go down to the manufacturer of my equipment is right next to the Big C in Surin. He had brought us over there, and we had looked at some of the stuff there and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to go over there with my wife and say, can you guys come to my house, look at what I've got, and tell me, and I'm going to tell you what I want to do, and you tell me if it's feasible. So we'll see what happens. It's kind of a bummer. I really like the guy. The guy's a good guy. He's just busy now. Everybody and their mother wants him to do work. While I remember, I'm going to put my Coke in the freezer. Don't let me forget that my Coke is in the freezer. There's one that's blown up that's in there now. So let me see. I talked about some of the Philippines and Thailand. Yeah, like I said, I saved me about 5,000, and I think it could save me up to about 7, if it's worked the way that I want it to work. I've got 2 big batteries, 48 volt. Is that 48? Yeah, 48. And I just have to figure it all out. Uh, it's not running up to 100% of what I think it should be running up to, because I've got 12 kW, actually 13, 6.5 on each system, and I got 2 systems, and I got 20 panels. So they're laying on my roof. They're not ideal, the located, but what I like about it is when the sun comes up, one of the panels immediately starts out putting out a lot of stuff, and then but it's not till like 10 o'clock before the other one. And of course, 12, they're pretty much both. And then as the sun goes down, then this side backs off and this one comes up. But a lot of the stuff, it's not equal. One side is of the house is pulling, now 3,500 watts, and the other one is pulling like 1,400. So this panel here is putting out, let's say, 3,000. So it's like kind of negating it. But this one over here is putting out 3,000, and it only needs to put out 1,400. And I'm not grid tied. I'm not getting paid by putting it back in. So I want him to take. Going to need an electrician, which he is, and take some of the stuff that's on this system and move it over to this system so that they're both pulling like 2,200. And then at that point, most of the time during the year, you can go out and my meter's just not moving, just sitting there because it's, pulling it. But the batteries come into effect. But he said that he could grid tie it. I don't know. There was a bunch of stuff. So I just want somebody to explain to me what's the best bang for my buck. What's the best thing that I could do? We'll see. Let's see. I'm happy to be retired from medicine, so I don't have to hear friends. Yeah, no shit, right? I had PG&E up in the mountains. I hate PG&E. That's one thing I got to look into when we get back full time. God knows when that will be. I hope it's soon, brother. Yeah, and for most people, because I talked to a couple of people about it, they're really coming down in price. But I think that if you had one 5 or 6 kW system, 10 panels, and it's just you and your wife, like let's say Kenny and Sam Pitt, and I'm just using them as for instance, you'd probably be pretty much zeroed out. If you're not a fanatic like me, I'll run my air conditioner all day long, just in anticipation that I'm going to go out and I'm going to come back and I want a cold bedroom. But if you're smart about it and do stuff, I think one system and if you look on, I know it pops up on Facebook all the time. The systems are coming way down, and that's due. I see the panels are dropping in price, but it definitely is. I should put in the invite, shouldn't I? Right. In case anybody wants to come on and say hello. Okay. Um, But yeah, and for the cost of it, because I want to say it'd be less than like 175,000. I would think the payoff would be 2 years easy, uh, and you don't have a bill. Me, like I said, I'm always thinking about my wife and stuff like that. If I was to croak tomorrow and everything's paid and she has this and she's got my, she's signed up on one of my retirements, so she's set for life, this whole family. But even set for life, if I didn't put this solar system on and don't get it cranked up right, she's not going to let anybody run the air conditioners if it's going to be 10,000 watt. You know what I mean? I mean, she'll get around it, but no one will be comfortable. Uh, but if it's dialed in right and you do kind of keep your eye on it more so than me, which they would do if I was gone, then their bill would be a couple thousand baht maybe or something that she would say, okay, yeah, I can pay that. But to leave her with the house here and then a 12 or 14,000 baht a month electric bill, because of the pool and because of the ponds and stuff like that, which she loves. She's more of a fanatic than I am nowadays. So let's see. Brock popped in. Hold on one second, Brock. Let me change this. And hey, brother, how are you?
Morning, ladies and gentlemen.
But
And Dave.
yeah, I think it's a good day. Hey, Brock, what's up? I think it's a good deal. Like I said, because I don't know. I just like the idea of looking at my bill and seeing a zero. Like I still got up here this eco house. One guy that I met and talked to right here in Turin. I never really got a chance to go over there and meet him, but he came on one time and we talked.
Morning, Andy.
Live. But hey, Andy, it his are he's had 6 months straight zero, zero, 000, and it's nice. And even in the trailer, like nothing puts a smile on my face that I'm sitting in that trailer for 24 hours on battery, and solar without no sun and running my air conditioner, so it makes it worth it. But like I said, they keep coming down, so I would definitely tell people to look at it. You don't have, how much do you guys spend, Brock? You're not there half the time, but when you're there, what do you spend on electric? I'm imagining cheap.
Not sure. How much do we spend on electric bill, darling?
Where?
In Thailand?
Oh, when we there about 3,000.
3,000 a month?
Yeah.
Yeah.
3, 4, something like that.
3 or 4 a month.
Okay. So who's there? You have
just
family?
Just my wife, myself. But we got a couple of air conditioners running, and we've got fridges and lights.
Yeah, that's what I have in Ubon. But does somebody live there when you're gone?
No, but no. When we're not there, there's maybe 100 baht.
Okay. Oh, 2 dogs.
Baht, you mean?
Okay. You know that when you talk.
What's that one? Come on. Over here. Bear won't get it. Come here. There you go. I got 2 dogs. So hundreds when you're not there, couple thousand, 3,000 when you guys are there running everything.
Yeah,
that's not
we got a couple of fridges running, so they use a little bit of power.
If you looked at any of the videos and stuff on the Ubon house, the all underneath is all lit up, and my uncle, I guess, turns on all those lights every night. So what I'm thinking about doing is just to see if it makes a difference. I'm going to have him dial them back a little bit and see, because it was 30 something, and I pay for the house here in Surin, that house in Ubon, and then I also pay for the electric for the kids apartment, which it isn't much. It's like 12 or 1,500. They're pretty good about it. My wife's sister and mine home, when we're not there, her bill runs 500 or less, a few thousand when we're there. Yeah, but she probably didn't run the air conditioner, right? I'm imagining. If with 500 baht, that's pretty cheap. Man, we're all now very careful with money. Yeah, and that's the way, I'm not gonna. Are they? I don't. I think they are. I think they are. My wife bought the cheap ones. I think on the outside, maybe not. I got to check into it and ask. But I just, I
Mm.
when I originally told him, "Come there, be the caregiver. You'll have this bitchin'. That's a word that's been a long time. Uh, Apartment across the back, which he's been living in his repair place for scooters forever. He's in high. He's living high on the hog. I thought it would maybe cost me 1,000, 1,500 a month for electric. So it's double that. So, but I can't go to him and say, hey, give me money. It ain't gonna work. I don't want to do that. He doesn't have any. So,
Yeah.
but
The
I believe
LEDs, LED light bulbs will drop the power usage a lot.
yeah, I know that inside the house they are all LED, but I don't know about outside. I'll have to ask my wife. It's a good question. Thanks for bringing that up. Um, she runs it sparingly. She's naturally kind of cold. Yeah, that's true. My mother-in-law, during this heat wave, she's actually turned her air conditioner in her bedroom on at night. So, which I'm glad to see. He's how old is he? 80. My father-in-law. She's my age. She's 67, but he's 80, and he just keeps going. He wants to sit there outside in that 42-degree heat and making nets. But now I've got him to where he at least turn on the living room air conditioner. The animals are all nice and cool. He makes his net right there in the living room, and everybody's semi happy except my mother-in-law. She thinks it costs too much money to run AC. That's why I'm saying if I didn't put in solar and if I don't get the solar dialed in right, I feel almost guilty dying and leaving a bigger bill than I need to leave for my wife electric bill. But if she watches the deal even the way it is now, and if the kids come, only 2 months, or if they're there full time, they'll still only be in the probably 3 to 4,000, maybe 5,000 baht. But my wife will cut everything down. She'll hoard them all into one room. Say, okay, everybody sleeps in the living room for the next, while the heat wave's going on. I know she would do it.
What a lot of people forget about with air conditioning, which I'm sure you know, Dave, is that in the long run it's cheaper to leave it running because it drags a lot of power and works a lot harder to recool a room than just to maintain a temperature.
Yeah, exactly. It's starting, and if you keep like me, it's really weird because when I first got here, I I I had the thing turned down to like 18, or whatever, some ridiculously um, low temperatures. Now 25, I'm fine. But if you do that, yeah, it is. And Bruce is here, so we'll let Bruce come in and say hi. Hey, Bruce, how you doing?
Hey, how's it
Pleased to
going?
Morning,
meet
Bruce.
you.
Hey,
Pleased to
Brad.
meet you.
Hey, Dave. I just wanted to come up and say hi, show you
Cool.
who I am, So I enjoy the channel, man. Appreciate it. I enjoy your videos.
Cool. Thank you.
So,
Yeah, I have fun making. But yeah, you're on the younger side, I think,
45, yeah.
of the people that
Yeah.
watch my channel.
I just turned 45 April
Yeah,
22nd.
I think you're probably running pretty close to around Logan. I'm going to say Logan's and Jamie are in their mid 40s. If they're still watching, they might have went to sleep. Where do you live at?
Portland, Oregon.
Where in Oregon?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
I used to go up there quite a bit on the bike. I used to enjoy riding up there.
So down, I think it was I don't know, one of your lives that you had, and I think we were talking about salmon. And can you believe down at the coast, down in Newport Bay, all right, they wanted $70 for a little salad, a little slab a little slab of steak, and a potato.
Really? Right now, my wife, when we went, and she gets a salmon steak, and I'm going to say it's like yay wide and that long and this thick, okay, and then a potato and a salad and whatever, and it's 100 190 baht, so or 180 baht, maybe 200 is easier. So like $6.
$6.
Yeah, that's unbelievable up there. Why? Is there a shortage of salmon or something? Or
it's America, man. Like it's like anything in the coast. That's the problem. Is like they want people to go to the coast. They want people to spend money in these hotels and stuff, but they're run down. They're not taken care of, and the ones that are, they're $250 a night in some places.
Yeah.
Who has $250 all the time? I don't.
Yeah, no, I agree. I know that James was cracking up. If you know who Chocolate Man in Thailand is, he actually has been popping on over the last couple of times live streams. James is a good guy, but he was cracking up because I guess he got a couple of deals from people, in his chat or whatever, or his comments, saying that it was cheaper to eat in the United States than to eat in Thailand. And he laughed at him and said, "Yeah, that's insane." But here's Jake saying, "We rarely eat out in the U.S. Rather eat at home. Food is made with love." Yeah, my mother-in-law, she makes stuff every morning. She brings me my rice soup at 6:30 a.m. out here. I get up about
whether you want it or not.
5. Yeah, whether I want it or not, it's there. And to tell you the truth, I've been eating a lot of raw salmon, and I enjoy that with a little bit of spicy, almost like a poke bowl type deal. And actually, by looking at Tops and looking at a couple of the markets, Big C, Macro, and the places that I could actually buy the salmon, there's one place in Robinson Mall that gives you 150 grams of salmon cubes, good quality salmon, and for cheaper delivered to my house here, then I can actually go down to Tops and buy it. Now, probably because they're buying in bulk and and doing it. So now that's all I do. I just go on my little delivery service we have here if I want, and I order 2 of those, and they're 200 baht. So it costs me, what is that? 3, 6, 9, $12 or something. I don't know. I go about $3 per 100, but it's less than that, I think now. But yeah. And so for $12, I get 300 grams of salmon, and I put my little mixture on it that I want, and that and a little bit of the rice. They give you rice with it too. And in fact, now that I'm talking about it, I'll probably order that for lunch. Now, make myself go get it. But
how much does it cost over there, Brock, where you're at, for like a salmon meal?
Did you hear that, Brock?
No, sorry, it's a bit faint.
Yeah, his is a little bit low. He said, "How much is a salmon dinner in there in Australia?"
Salmon dinner?
Yeah, like a salmon steak, a potato, and a salad, or whatever.
Not sure. How much is a salmon piece of salmon, darling?
How much in here?
Yeah. It costs about $5 Australian. What's that? About 100 baht for a piece of fish. But to eat out, you're probably looking at $40, $50.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That's actually a pretty good price for a piece of salmon in the store. Is that salmon or just another kind of fish, Brock?
That'd be the salmon.
Salmon, that's cheap. Cheaper than here. Because to buy a piece of salmon here is like a normal little piece that you would find in like Big C or whatever is probably 300 baht, 280, 280 to 380, depending on how much it weighs. But it is, that's one of the biggest things when people say that they need, a bunch of money and stuff to move. You don't, man. Like I said, if you have a good Social Security, you can live here. And a lot of people that are younger, like Logan and James in particular, they're going to be able to retire at 50, being in the service. So, I mean, that's like ideal. Because I think James just turned 50 because when he got here, he got an elite visa because at 45, with the anticipation that he knew he was going to have to pay a lot of money for it, but he doesn't have to worry about it for 5 years. And when he's done in 5 years, he'll be 50 and he can just do his, $60 a year for his visa. It's like I said, I'd love to be able to tell everybody that it sucks here and don't come. It's horrible. But
Okay, I'm
that's
not
just
coming now. I'm gonna stay
What's
here
that?
for the rest of my life. I'm not coming then. It sucks. Holy moly.
Yeah. There won't be anybody on the beach. But it's just, yeah. I mean, it's where else are you going to go? And now it's like I did check. I'll look again because it did drop. It was at 37, and it went down to 36.8 yesterday because me and Andrew were looking at it. Gold went down a little bit. Yeah, 36.84 to the to the to the U.S. dollar. That's. I mean, if it stayed there, I'd be a happy camper for the rest of my life. But when you got stuff like that, like I said, if you've got I'm going to say most of the people that are retiring, if they worked most of their lives, and at 62, I think they're going to get close to $2,000. Maybe right around $2,000. I think. Now I don't know. Somebody we were talking about it the other day said that there was a $500 difference waiting 2 years from 65 to 67, and I thought that was crazy. But to me, I don't know the way people. Like I said, my friends are dropping dead left and right. They're at the ripe age right now, between 65 and 70 to drop. And I've lost quite a few friends. Life's too short, you know. I I'm happy for every day that I wake up and take that breath in the morning.
See, that's where it pays to be an Australian, Dave. We got an extra 10 years on our life expectancy than the US.
Yeah, I'm glad I don't live in the U.S. anymore. What's the Thailand life expectancy? But yeah, I don't know. My mom lived to be 90, and I don't know what. I don't know. I never knew my real father, so I don't have a clue on whether he's alive, dead, or whatever. I'm sure he's dead. But my stepdad, I think he was 67, but he was a heavy smoker and like me. And so I don't know, man. I could drop dead tomorrow, or like poor, Craig's whatever it was, niece or whatever.
His wife's cousin.
Yeah, walks across the street and gets hit by a car.
Motorbike.
A motorbike? Yeah. I mean,
motorbike.
It doesn't take much, Like I know like my wife's right, Should I be out probably running around on two wheels? Probably not, but it ain't going to happen. I'm going to do it until I cannot get on it anymore. If I went down at 50 miles an hour, I'm pretty much done, But for some reason in my mind, I know I'm not going to die on a motorcycle. And I've known that ever since I was 20 years old. So I'm lucky, I'm hopefully. But like I said, I tell people that doesn't mean I'm not going to fall over or, break an arm or do something. I'm just saying I'm not going to die on two wheels. But she don't want me to. If I was up to her, what's that?
Falling over at our age, Dave, is not a good idea. We just don't bounce as well anymore. We got the padding, but we just don't bounce.
Yeah, not at all. And I mean, it's I'm actually Jones, and I'm thinking about I want to take a ride from here to Tatpanome because I got that little crab thing sitting here that I want to give to Chuck's adopted dog, that little black dog. I forget the name of it. But I want to do that, so I'm just going to go for a day. I wanted to take that 750, but I don't think I'll have it done because I know he's going to come back and he's going to be jetting out and going here and there. But I wanted to take the 750 because I wanted to get a 4-hour, 5-hour ride on it just to see what it's going to act like. But again, I'll be by myself. My wife will go crazy. But if not, I'll just take the Forza. Is that, yeah, Calgom. That's it. Jake's got it.
So, I look at you guys and anybody, it doesn't matter what age. I learned a long time ago, like from my dad, because he's up there too, is that you just enjoy what you have, whatever life that may be for any of us,
And a lot of it's what you make it, man. You can make your life miserable, or you can make your life nice. Like I like it the way it is here, nice. There's what a friend of mine has stage 4 cancer, which we don't like that word. He's starting chemo now. It's a bummer. I don't know. Stage 4's, hopefully, like I said, the one lady that, if you ever see the picture of me on Facebook or whatever, where I'm in the center and I've got my wife's on one arm and another lady on the other, Carol, she was the one that had the, God bless her. What a woman she was. She had pancreatic cancer, which is like a 6-month death sentence. That's what Patrick Swayze had. If you've got pancreatic cancer, there's a 99.9% chance in 6 months you're dead. And she wanted to watch her daughter get married. She wanted to get married. And damned if she didn't make it and watched her daughter get married. Now her daughter got pregnant. She wanted to see her daughter have that baby, and her. So 4.5 years that woman hung on with every experimental deal that they could give her. She did, and she was only this big around when she went, but she was a hell of a woman. I miss her as much as I miss my wife. She was one of the good ones. Let's see if I'm missing anything. Yeah, tomorrow's not. You're absolutely right. We're not guaranteed shit, Jake. But it is, coming here. The biggest thing with me is if you can. I think nowadays, if you can retire at 55, I think you're doing way better than 90% of the people on the planet. Before it was, now they want you to, they're gonna creep that freaking Social Security up into the 70s. It's coming. Maybe not in my lifetime, but definitely in my kids' lifetime. They're gonna creep it up to her, and like Brock, what did you say? Australia was like 80 something, right? On life expectancy.
86 is the life expectancy. Yeah.
And what was the U.S. one? Like 76 or 80?
73.
73. So if they want you to wait till you're 70 to get your Social Security, they're gonna. You hope people have good 3 years. That's why I say if you definitely check with people, and there's a lot of guys that are just mathematicians, and they're the ones that are going to tell you that if you take your Social Security at 62 and blah 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 blah, you're going to have to live, this and that, and I would want my money now, and everything that I saw back in the day when I was looking at that, not that it affected me at all, because I was out on Social Security disability, but they all 90% of them were saying take it as soon as you can get your hands on it, and theirs is because of simple fact like that. Oh, I waited till I was. Well, they only lived 2 years later and they died. So they got to collect Social Security for 2 years, you know. And if they would have collected at 62, at least it would have been, 8 years or whatever the case may be. Definitely check into it. And, because if you can, I know a lot of the younger people that I know that have watched the channel, they said, if you've got what their plan is, okay, they can't retire till they're 55, and they're saying that's an awesome age, and I think it is. I think it's something to shoot for. So if you can do it at 55, but I can't collect my Social Security till I'm 62. So they're trying to put away a nest egg that's this big that will last them from when they're 55 to 62, and then still have their cushion above that. And a lot of people do that. But just make sure, because I don't want anybody to go, well, I was listening to this guy and he said just retire as soon as you can. Who gives a shit? No, that's not what I'm saying. Make sure that you can do it. If you can do it, don't go 1 second longer than you need to, is what I'm saying. But make sure you know that you could. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you've got a budget and you can budget in and you saved money and you did everything correctly, which I did not in my lifetime, then you can budget that between 55 and 62 and live on that, and then get your Social Security, and everything's fine till you die. By all means, I would say do it. I thought Calgon was what? Bath salt here?
Yeah,
Is that what it is? Caldam?
Yeah.
Sticky,
Yeah.
black sticky rice. I see. But I could have swore that they say Calgon. But is that how do you say it?
Caldam.
Calgam.
Caldam.
Caldam. Oh, Dom. D-A-M. Okay. They're probably, I could Caldam. I'll have to listen to it next time. Of course, now I'll probably get the.
For our foreigner ears, it'd be like Cowdam.
Caldam.
Yeah.
I never planned on Social Security still being around when I retired. I always did. I figured they don't have the balls to do that. You got to figure. See, I never knew much about history and stuff, and I was thoroughly amazed when I was younger. When I'm going, what do you mean federal tax was only supposed to be for a short period of time? A lot of stuff that was supposed to get discontinued didn't. And I don't know. I hate paying taxes. It drives me insane. But I guess if everybody felt like I did, the government wouldn't have nothing to run on. But I always thought that there was no way that they had the balls to get rid of Social Security. I just can't see it happening. See, at least the things I don't know is how the Australia works and how the UK works. I only know how the US works. But I know, like in Brock's case, now I know Canadians that would come into Costa Rica in 2015. They only came a certain period during the year for so many days because they could only be out of Canada for a certain amount of days before they lost their medical. So if they were gone, they could be gone for 6 months or something. But if they were gone then longer than 6 months, they would lose their medical in Canada. Is Australia like that or no? Or do you know?
No. I could go to Thailand for 12 months, 2 years, whatever, and our Medicare still goes.
So you could come back and you would still have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for some reason in Costa Rica and it's like they all know what time of year they want to go there. They all know each other pretty much, and they would go at this certain chunk of time down to Costa Rica, and then they would all leave at the same time.
I believe the UK is doing something like that as well.
Oh yeah, yeah, because that was because I asked them. I said, "Why are you guys going back?" Because we have to. I said, "What do you mean you have to?" Well, we'll lose our medical. Oh, well, that's not.
I think in America, a certain time you will lose your medical. So I'm not sure exactly what the what the range is, but if you're gone like maybe a year and a day or year and a couple days, you might be okay. But if you're talking about staying somewhere for a couple of years, you could be.
Well, I'm paying in Social Security. As long as you pay, you can have it forever.
Yeah, forever.
The only reason,
Yeah.
yeah. Then now, when I had my medical when I was going to Costa Rica, it covered me for 2 months. So every time now I went to Costa Rica for 3 months, and then I would come back because there was 90 days on arrival, and so I would just fly back, which I wanted to fly back to the States anyway. And I did that for 8 months, and I think I don't know, I was rebelling against something in 2015, but it was they would cover me. I had insurance for the 2 months, 2 out of the 3 that I was there. As soon as I went back to the States, it would click over, and when I came back, I'd have it for 2 months again. But like I said to everybody, if you're coming here, you need to have medical. Jake saying Social Security was protected for years. I believe it was in the 80s or 90s where they raided the funds. Big Ponzi scheme now. Yeah, they try to drain it down and then say they can't afford to do it. They can't. I don't think they'll ever be able to do it.
They're just blowing smoke up people. That's all it is.
Yeah, they
yeah, people.
Yeah, there's no way. There's no way that they can do it. Let's see, Medicare. No, it won't cover me either, Jake. But your military will. I don't know. TRICARE. I can you get? I know that James has something, but I know a lot of people can get a lot of their medical in the Philippines. They've got a vet center there, I guess. Yeah. So
in the Philippines too. You can get hooked up with being in the military, you get hooked up with a place too, and medical. I mean that's just what I've been told by people that have served. They got hooked up with a
James is really good on that. He knows about that. Like you're talking, the TRICARE and VA are not the same, but yes, there is a VA in Manila. Yeah, and the TRICARE, I think you can actually get reimbursed on what you spend in Thailand, and I don't know that for sure. But a lot of the guys in the service, I guess that I've heard that TRICARE come up quite a few times, and the VA deal. And I know they have a Social Security office too in the Philippines, because I think you can go there. Because I'm thinking about dumping my medical. I just don't see any. It's only $180 or $60 or something. I can't remember. But I'm thinking about, like, if I know that Chuck did that with his mom. He had her cut it off, and I just don't see any reason. I'm not going back. I'm going to die here in Thailand unless they kick me out or unless I do something stupid. But you'll, I'm throwing away the money. What was really, really bad is for the past 5 years that I've been here, $100 a month I've been paying for Part D, which is your medication. So for 5 years, for $1,200, for $6,000, I could have saved by doing what I did a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, and stopped them from taking my Part D. And that was if you're buying medication in the States, that was your medical, your insurance part of it. And something says in there that you have to have that. So I'm waiting for him to come to me and say, we have to have it, and that'll be probably the breaking point that I'll either go to the Philippines or go back to the U.S. and stop it. And you can start it back up. I'll probably ask him more in depth about that, but you can come back to it, and there's some kind of penalties and stuff like that, but you can still get your Social Security, your your Medicare, but you have to wait to a certain time to file for it, and you have to pay a penalty or something. But I'll ask them more in depth on what that is. But I just don't see any scenario of me going back to the United States. There's
You
nothing.
could probably buy
nothing.
most of your medications, Dave, cheaper than you could get it under subsidised
I,
in
the
the States.
when I came here, all the medications that I got, I could buy over the counter. Okay, here in Thailand when I first got here, and what I did was in the United States, I had the Part D and I had the insurance, and you could go to Costco and get it and all that. The cheapest I could get it, and I paid less over the counter, buying it over the counter here in Thailand than I did what I was paying a month with insurance. There now I pay even less because he gives it to me for 3 months. When I go to the doctor, me and my wife both go together. We both see the doctor at the same time. We both give blood. We both, she has one medication that she's on. It takes about 5 hours, no, about 3 to 4 hours, because you got to wait for the blood test. Go in, see the doctors, a doctor's visit, all my medication for 3 months, which in the States, it costs me about $250 a month for that. And it's usually about 40,000 baht. Okay, 40,000 baht for everything, and I get those shots that are supposed to make you lose weight for diabetics. They're real expensive. But anyway, I get 38,000 baht back from my wife's insurance, so it cost me 2,000 baht for 2 people for 3 months. So what is 2,000 divided by 3? It cost me, I don't know, 700 baht a month.
$60.
Yeah,
$60, man.
yeah,
That's,
for 3 months.
that's
Yeah,
excellent.
yeah. So
Dave,
now
you can't go back.
that's her insurance is the government, and it's almost like it's really weird. Some of the stuff is 80-20, some of it's 90-10, some of none of it's less than the 80-20, and it comes about that, 2 to 3,000 baht. It costs me for 3 months worth of stuff, but I have to lay out the 40,000 baht, and then they reimburse us. But there's plans out there that are good, but just on medication, I paid less over the counter than I did with my Medicare insurance in the United States. And everybody's got weird things. Oh, you can't get this and you can't get that. You can get 90%, 95% of what you're on, and the stuff that you do, they will find something else. You should go to a doctor when you come here. Have him look at it like I don't have, this blood thinner or this. That's another thing. They've been using rat poison for blood thinners forever. And my doctor said, here, I'm going to put you on this more expensive stuff that is supposed to be better for you, but it costs 10 times as much. And I'm going, I've been taking rat poison forever. What do I need? Why do I need that? And he said, you do. I said, okay. So I pay it. But, the stuff that blood pressure, most people die, some kind of diabetics, stuff like that. They've got all that shit here in Thailand. Not a problem.
I got friends that live there, and I got friends that live in the Philippines that are diabetic. They get all their stuff.
Yeah, it's not a problem. Not a problem.
The medication you're saying that includes weight loss, Dave, that's Ozempic.
Yes,
and
yes.
It costs me $25 a month for that.
$25, and they're
that's cheap.
Thousands here.
Oh, yep. I want to say I don't know.
Subsidized by Medicare.
I understand that, but I just got off of. I'm diabetic too, and I just got off. My doctor just took me off because my A1C came down, and that's what I've been going for the last 2 years. And one of those pins, they wanted I think it was what did they say? I think it was $2,000 to $5,000. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, I know it's insanely expensive, but like I said, it costs me because I've got a crap load. I mean, if you see, I don't know if you can you see all those pills? This is one day. This is before breakfast, after breakfast, lunchtime, and dinner. That's what I take besides the shot once a week. Now, when I originally got it at the hospital, there's two hospitals. There's the private hospital that I went to that they took fantastic care of me, and then there's the government hospital. My doctor works in both hospitals. I told him, he said, you can get this medication, and this medication cheaper at the government hospital for the insurance that your wife has. And I said, I don't want to wait all day. So what it costs us is I didn't figure that in either, 500 baht each for a streamline, I don't know, through the, you pay that. We go in at 3:00 and we're out of there at 5:30. So we go, and if you're in a government hospital and you know anybody here, you go in at 7:00 in the morning, you might not get out of there till 5:30 at night. Okay, that's normal in the queues and the numbers and when they call you and if you need a blood test and that. We pay this fee for after hours, I think is what they call it. And 3:00, there's never anybody in there giving blood. We walk right in, we give our blood, we wait the 2.5 hours for the test to come through. At 5:30 or 5:00, we're usually in. 5:30, we see them, and we're usually out of there about a half hour to get all the medications and pay for it. So, because otherwise, I said, I don't care if I got to pay more. I don't want to wait. I'm not waiting 9 hours. I ain't doing it. I don't like hospitals anyway. But this one, and they both. My doctor, both of them, the lung doctor and my heart doctor, they both work at both. They work when they're the doctors there. You can get those doctors whether you go to the private hospital or the government hospital. So we go there, we see him. We do that once every 3 months, and for the 3, 4, 5, 6, 3.5, 4 hours. Every 3 months, it's not a big deal. And he says I save on, because originally my wife was giving me shots every day, that same medication, but it wasn't the once a week. It was every freaking day, and that was a nightmare. I don't know how people. I think a lot of diabetics that I know, they have to do that. They don't have a choice. Then he said, just give it a couple of months, and the government hospital is going to switch over, get rid of that one, and get the new, what did you ever, Brock said, name of it, the once every week. Once a week deal. And that's been good. I've actually lost weight on that, and I haven't done any kind of exercise. I mean, barely get my fat ass up out of a chair and walk to the backyard, but so it seems to work. So I got no complaints, because even if it cost me 3,000 baht, that's for me and my wife. That's 1,000 baht a month for a whole month's worth of medication, seeing the doctor, blood tests, all that kind of crap. $30 a month. So if you are lucky enough to find a gal here in Thailand that works for the government and has a good medical deal. When I married her, I would have saved $1 million if I'd have married her before I got sick. I should have married her right out of the gate. But it is what it is. Am I missing all this? What am I missing, guys? Let's see. Sorry. I restocked all my emergency antibiotics before I left Thailand. Would have been 300 in the U.S., like 30 or $40. Yeah, it's definitely. There's no doubt that you can save money. And I guess the biggest thing with that one that Brock just said, and the other one, I guess when all these, and I understand pharmaceuticals, but when you give all, they put all their stuff into getting it passed, then what do? They give them like 3 years that no one can put up. What is it called? Duplicates. I forget the name.
Basically.
That they got so many years before they can put them up. And then once they put them up, then everybody starts bargaining for what they're going to do. And when when I first got, when they first put me on blood thinners, I forget, in the States years ago for a short period of time, a year I was on them. I think it was when they put the stents in. When they put the stents in, they had me on blood thinners, and they were outrageous even through Medicare, through my Medicare. And what I ended up doing was I went online and I bought them from all places, India. Had India ship them to me in the United States, and I paid like nothing for them. And because I just couldn't see why they were so much money. But I guess, I don't know. I guess it could be. But
India clones them.
What's that? Clones them?
India
Is that what it
clones
is?
the medications.
Clones them, yeah. And I'm trying to do that for a friend recently. I was looking for some stuff that they wanted. You can choose much money to take out, weekly, monthly, etc. What is that? I must have missed something, Andy.
That's to do with superannuation.
Yeah. So I got a job.
I was just talking about you, JR. Who was I talking about? Oh, to Andrew. Andy, you still Andrew? You still there? I was talking to. We ate lunch together yesterday, and I was talking about. We were talking about the Philippines, and he was talking about what is it there? The air base. What is it, Clark? And I couldn't remember. Were you? Yeah, were you? I thought you were you Navy or Air Force? I can't remember. I can't remember, but I told Andrew to look up your channel and everybody else if you're not subscribed. I can't get down there to focus on Asia. Please do. Yeah, I don't know what it's. Oh, Bruce fell out. What up? You still there, Bruce? maybe he backed out because I know it was couldn't hear him. Damon room. Let's see. It's either 3 to 5 years for generic drugs. Yeah, that's what I thought. Like 3 years, maybe it's 5. But I know that they really screw you for that time. But I know they had to lay out a lot of dough for that too. The local lady posted on social media her family was billed $531,000 for an 11-day stay in a hospital, non-ICU. It was for treating a hip fracture. Bill doesn't include the surgeon's fee. Wow. Yeah, like I said, I couldn't even imagine, Randy, what my bill would have been for 2 months, 60 days in ICU with a tube down my throat. Millions had to be. It would have to have been. And I didn't have any experience. There he is. Bye. Hey, anytime you want to come on and you got to do dishes, no worries, Bruce. No worries. I'm going to go pretty soon anyway.
These things are, I believe, are pretty expensive in the States as well. Insulin pens.
Insulin pens?
Yeah. My script gives me five packets of them at a time, and it costs maybe $30.
Now, you know what it is on the insulin deal, because the friend that I was talking about, that's what he was talking about, was insulin. And in the United States, no problem. They've got people and companies, because they're saying something to the effect, and I'm elaborating on this, is bullshit on you trying to rape all these people that need this insulin. You can go in and you can buy it like what you're talking about. You go into Costco and you fill out a paper and you get the pens for reasonable amount. Thailand, they're expensive as hell, and you can't get them here. So I thought I'd check.
Yeah, these
ones. So you were in Air Force 20 years.
Once a day.
What's that?
These ones are once a day shots. Are
they? Wow. And that's what I think. That's what his word too. Clark Air Force Station there in Volcano. Yeah, 20 years. Okay, I thought so. I thought you were Air Force. I just couldn't remember. So I was trying to tell Andrew, and he might be gone. I didn't see him pop in, but I told him to go and check out your. What were we talking about? I think we were talking about Japan or something like that, or Yeah, I think we were talking about Japan. Anyway, your name came up, so I told him to go subscribe to your channel. Um, brought up thinking of Dave's hospital experience. Yeah, I just couldn't even imagine. And the care that they gave me, like I said, man, they treated me as well, and in some cases better than the Thai people that were in there. And like I said, my doctor stayed between my two doctors. I think they brought me back from death 6 to 8 times during that time I was in there because I was pulling the thing out. Then they strapped me down, and that's when he started loading me up with all the heavy narcotics. And boy, man, the dreams that I was having were just weird. But it was an experience, that's for sure. I never do it again. And like I said, don't procrastinate either. If you're coming to Thailand and you're here in Thailand, don't waste any time. Go and watch Chuck's videos and anybody's videos about who to use, and there's a bunch of them. Companies, pick one and get some insurance. Get some insurance. Let's see, Jake saying years and Gator for saying for me, our unit moved from Okinawa. It wasn't until April of 1992 before we officially embedded down there. Yeah, no, that's right. Jake was. Oh, he was in Oki right after. I spent 2 years. Yeah, Jake's been around. I can't wait for
Jake's
Jake
been
to
there,
come
done that, and he's got the T-shirt and the hat.
Yeah, he does. But we'll all get together again. Hopefully, when Jake comes back, we'll do it again. We'll try to have some timing right if Brock's around. I know that, like I said before, I know, and I totally understand Brock does his retirement and family stuff when he's here. But I'm gonna try to do another one. Hopefully, when he's there. Hopefully, when Daz is here, and a lot of people that would be fun to meet up with. Even Big Hospital International. Yeah, and like I said, they have. I have a GottoLoveThailand shirt. The that's what I was really surprised. Andrew wore his GottoLoveThailand shirt to lunch yesterday, which I thought was awesome. But yeah, again, if people are watching and or they watch us down the road or whatever, if you even possibly think there's two big misconceptions. One of them is you need $1 million US to live in, to move and to retire in Thailand. That's one bullshit. And the next one is that their health care sucks. I think it's better than the United States. And that's my personal opinion. But the care that I got in the private hospital here in Thailand, I would put up against. And I've seen some of the best. My wife was in getting her deal treatment at Stanford, and they were number one in the world on bone marrow. And I watched the care that they gave her, and it's phenomenal. You would never have to worry about it, especially if you're close to Bangkok or Pattaya, where they have Bangkok Hospital, or I think they even have a Bangkok Hospital all over, right? Hua Hin, all over the place. The medical care that you can get here is top notch. So don't let anybody tell you different. And it's reasonable. Like I said, and again, I'll bring up my credit card deal. I'm not credit card, my bank card from when I fell and hit my ankle. That time going in, X-rays, all that. My wife said, "Oh, can you check this? I think he has insurance on here." Sure enough, I did. The burn. It's been twice I've been in there. You know, 2 or 3 thousand baht. 2 or 3 thousand baht. They paid for all that. So if you're here in Thailand, you've got to at least from Bangkok Bank, that one of their bank cards comes with insurance, and it's if you get fall on your scooter and break your finger, an accident has to be an accident. And me, I guess pouring boiling water on my lap was considered an accident. So they paid for it. I don't know how much left. I'll see it. There can't be much when I go back this next time. But even to go in there, let's say to do that deal, get the X-rays and all that kind of stuff, it was like $50. You know, hell, you couldn't. You can't get nothing in the United States anyway. I don't know what In Australia, it's free, so you don't have to worry about it too much. But or Canada, but in the U.S. and I don't know what do they do in England. They have anything like you guys do in Australia, or are they like us in the U.S. on medical stuff?
Our medical's pretty good here.
No, I mean the UK. The UK, do they have to pay, or do they get free medical? Or are they like the United States? You got to have your own medical. Got to pay for it.
I think the UK have national health, but you have to wait a long time.
Yeah. See, I couldn't. I don't think I. That's the one thing I don't think I could do. Like if I needed my knee replaced and it wasn't an absolute emergency, I could wait a long time to get my knee replaced. Right.
Yeah.
In Australia.
In Australia, we can go to the hospital and you will get under Medicare, you will get treated, but you go on a waiting list. If you have private health insurance, you can get straight in.
I see. Oh, let's see. I should be driving through Easton around August time frame. Cool. Definitely look me up, Jared, for sure. I'll meet you somewhere, or we'll figure something out. I wore my GottoLove t-shirt to the Los Angeles Zoo 3 days ago. Zookeepers were about to capture me, but they saw my shirt and said, "Never mind, he's good." Oh, somebody died. You hear that? You hear the gunshots?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, somebody died. It's happening all over. Here, Andy's saying they have what? It has NHS.
National Health Service.
Service. Okay. 100% agree on what you said, Dave. I do see vloggers here in the Philippines talking about 100 less to live on in the Philippines. I think it is low for standard of living, but Thailand is cheaper. I think the thing I still haven't got to the Philippines, which I want to do. But I caught this other guy, and I can't remember his name, a single guy. I just started watching him, and the reason I started watching him, he's in the Philippines, and he's trying to get a house on the beach. And I was just curious, so I started watching him. And he's got like 50,000 subscribers. So it's, he's not a small channel. And I've been watching him, but you could get now all the places that he looked at and everything that I looked at, because I know you could get islands and stuff like that, but they all needed work, and he's trying to get into one of them. And his latest was somebody that saw him that was a subscriber said, "I've got a piece of property I want to." He go in and looked at it, did a video on it. Decent place, but it needed to put in new windows, air conditioning, paint the place, but awesome, right on the beach, And but then he said, "Oh yeah, we're going to sign the deal. It's awesome." And he came back like the next day and did a little video on it. Fell out, he wanted at least 2 years to compensate him for everything he was putting in there, the air conditioner and all that. And the guy only wanted to rent it for a year. He had other plans for the property, but it was I want to say $500 US, but the place was really all the places that he was looking at on the water there, and I guess some areas have problems with typhoons and flooding, I guess, but they were all what I would consider all needed a lot of work, but I do that. I recommend $1,500 a month. The cost going to 2003. Yeah, I think so too. Like I said, you can do it for less than 15. If I wouldn't, but like I said, if you're in the United States and you didn't make any kind of plans on anything, and you didn't buy a house, you didn't save a lot of money, you saved a little, you don't have any kind of retirement, you work, whatever, and you only had 1,200 or whatever, where are you going to live in the United States? You at least have a shot in Thailand. You can do it. It's not going to be, it's not going to be a great, fantastic life, but it's going to be a lot better than it would be in the U.S. But I think you're absolutely right on the numbers. I think that's probably really, really close. 15 is definitely doable. 2,000 is and 25 is my numbers, and 3,000 is what I bring each month in. So I'm amazed.
Yeah, they're well-trained camels.
They're coming after them. If I remember correctly, Focus on Asia can correct me, but the Philippines are like Thailand in that foreigners cannot own actual land, condos, land, etc. I don't know if I think you can, but I don't know. Maybe Dare will probably know. Um, it costs nothing to have a baby here at public hospital. Yes,
In
you are
Australia,
correct.
yeah.
Like Thailand, there's always to do like corporations. Right, right, okay. Yeah, like I said, it's really weird because when I was my cousin, when he had Lou Gehrig's disease, and I took care of him for a couple of years, or about a year and a half. But when it got to a certain point, I couldn't do it anymore. And the guy that, thank God, that I found, the caregiver, was a Filipino and a great guy. And I talked to him afterwards, and he was telling me about the Philippines, and and pretty much like everybody says, there's gorgeous places and there's shitty places, just like there is in every country in the world. But I do like some of the Philippines that I've seen. I want to get there and definitely check it out. The way that I went and stuff, I'm pretty much stuck now here in Thailand. But uh, it, it is, and it's kind of nice that there are places that you can do that. Now I know that there was one guy that I met at the meetup, Sri Lanka. Uh, I guess is really, I think they have a problem with their currencies. I don't know all the ins and outs. I just know that it's like you could live there for damn near nothing. But I haven't checked into it. But if somebody was checking into it, like I said, if you can, there was 4,000. What is 4,000 baht? $100?
Yeah,
30,
roughly.
about $100. You can get a place in Isan, one bedroom, even a detached little one bedroom house type thing, or a one bedroom apartment with an air conditioner and furnished for 4,000 baht. So that's, like I said, everything's relative from that point on. You can watch everybody's videos and see how much they spend on food, and the biggest thing that you're going to have is how you're going to stay here with your visa, and the biggest one's going to be medical. Everything else from there you can figure, but you can get internet. A lot of the places, they already have internet in their building or whatever, and they'll throw that in. Some places will throw in water, but the water's like almost zero. If you run your air conditioner uh, a lot, it might cost you 1,200 baht a month, maybe 1,500 for electricity. Food and stuff like that. Like I said, if you go out and eat every day on the street, it costs you $5.
Yeah.
So you can figure that out. And then, like I said, that's what I would do if I was single and in Kamala again. I tried to cook way too much shit, and I should have never done it because I ended up throwing away half the stuff I bought. So just buy the stuff that you want to munch on: peanuts, chips, mama noodles, cookies, whatever little snacks you want, and then just go out and eat Thai food. And $5 a day is what, 30, 60, 90, 120, 150 bucks or so. Is that right? Am I right? I'm probably wrong. I'm horrible in math. But anyway, so you get the gist. What's that?
You're probably wrong.
I'm
My
probably
most
wrong.
expensive meal in Thailand was about 120 Australian dollars one night. At a restaurant. Mind you, there were 16 of us.
Yeah, $155 a month for 31 days at $5 a day. And then you're gonna, like I said, then you got, $10 for water, 100, 35, $50 for electric. You can do it. Like I said, you're not going to be, running around saying, "Look at me, mom, look what I made of myself." But what could you get in the United States? It's going to cost you $1,000 just to rent a room. So you're done. At least you got a shot there. But Dave, I think the Philippine channel you were watching is That's My Life. Seen that video? Yeah. I think that's it. It seemed like it caught my eye because I like to know, how much would it cost me to live on the beach, because that's where I would be if I wasn't, married and in Thailand. But like I said, I got 99% of my boxes are checked, so I can't bitch about that one. And I can go anytime I want. I could leave tomorrow and go spend, a week, 2 weeks in Koh Chang or on the beach somewhere. My wife would never say anything.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I hope 184 baht. Yeah, it's $155 for 31 days at $5. So, and that's it, because most of the meals, the breakfast meals are what, 30 baht, 40 baht. A decent lunch is 60 or 80. And same thing for dinner, so, and a little snack here and there. It's actually less than that if you get it. I would say each meal, I would say 50 baht each meal for drink and everything else. And then you still got what, 60, 70, 30 baht for whatever else, little smoothie you want or whatever for the day. And like I said, and you got stuff at home. The ideal condition would be to be in Isan if you were on that kind of a budget. Even if you were on 1,500 a budget, a place where you could get rent for 4,000 or 5,000 baht a month, and then have a scooter and feel comfortable on two wheels, and that's your transportation around town. You could still travel. Like I said that in a couple of one of the videos that I did was. You hop on a bus. I know I talked to Maui one time to go from Bangkok to Hua Hin was 160 baht or something like that. Or no, 80 baht, 80 baht to go on the train. And so if you're taking trains and buses, and then you find a place off the beaten track to stay for 500 baht a night or something, you can still travel too. And you're not going to travel, 3 weeks out of the month, but you can go visit around Thailand. But that the biggest thing that you're going to have is your medical transportation is going to be a little bit of one. Once if you're above 50 and you're just retirement visa, that's 1,900 if you're not going to be going in and out of the country a lot. Because if you are, that's 3,800 just for a multiple deal to go in and out. But yeah, you just got to figure it all in. But I think you're absolutely right, JR, on that. I think your little deal at 15.2 to 3, you're right there. We may move to Thailand for at least a couple of years eventually. Wife is finally on board. Yeah, I dig Thailand, and I'd like, if I had. My wife's not going anywhere. She's here. She's this Thailand lady. She's not going anywhere. Plus now she's got 3 houses here, 10 vehicles and everything else. So, but yeah, I don't know. I like Thailand. I like it a lot.
Don't go and visit Tip by the looks, Dave.
What's that?
I think she's got. Don't go and visit Tip though. Looks like she was cutting her grass and got Jurassic Park in her back. Dinosaurs and.
Who did? Tip?
Sounds like the jungle across the road from my place.
When we had the crew in the house, the driveway from my aunt's noodle stand. Yeah, noodles and stuff. I got a really nice and excellent meal, and I think and I get a big bowl of the one, and it has it fills me up. Okay, and I think it's 50 baht. And I think the normal deal without the extra stuff my wife gets for me is 40 baht. So. I was talking to my Vietnamese neighbor today. She said there's a lot of foreigners retiring visiting Da Nang, English spoken widely. Well, that's where Chuck is right now, is in Vietnam. Very nice. I want to go see it, see what it's like there, and I will. I don't know when. One of my best friends does a lot of work in Vietnam. He's also a professional photographer. Yeah, and as you guys know, Robert Mack in Asia, or whatever, Robert Mack Media, whatever Robert's deal is. His wife is a is Vietnamese, and they have a place there and everything. So if you ever want to know anything about it, and you see Robert in the chat, you can ask him about Vietnam. Yeah, or Andy. Andy's from Australia, but he's been pretty every place over here in Southeast Asia 3 or 4 times or more.
And he's got the T-shirts and hats.
Yeah, we're hitting Da Nang later this year. Spent time frame. Hear nothing but good things about the area. We'll hit. Yeah, and that's where they were, in Illinois. But I think they went to three different places that I think those I know that at least 2 of those ones that you're talking about. I'd like to go. Robert was gracious enough to. I still haven't met up with Robert, and he was gracious enough years ago to say, come, because my problem is I only have, like, if I don't use one of my big vacations, which we usually take the whole family on, because my wife works, I have to do it in like 4 days, and I would spend 2 of those days trying to figure out where the hell I was going to go. So Robert was, be good. It'd be a good thing to go with somebody that knows Vietnam. For me anyway, because we'd hit the ground running. Robert say, "We'll go here," and see the major parts of it there. But I still haven't hooked up with him. But I will. I will soon. Might have to add the thing. Yeah, everything over here in Southeast Asia is pretty cool, and definitely places to see. But I know, to tell you the truth, when who was it? Patty Doyle, when he got done
Yeah,
with Thailand, didn't he go to Vietnam?
he
And
did a
some of
couple of
the
trips in Vietnam.
the drone footage and stuff that he did on that the stuff I watched, I didn't watch them all in Vietnam, was just freaking phenomenal. It was nice.
It's certainly very picturesque.
Yeah, it was gorgeous. I have fried.
That's a friend, actually.
Yeah. American people, what escape from the country? Yeah, I'm
They
definitely.
do.
We're going to go too. I don't know who I'll end up going with, but and also right here, our borders, Laos and Cambodia are like stones throw from the house at Ubon and from here in Surin. And my wife is talking about it, so we're going to go this year. Come push, come to shove, and I told her we'll just drive to the border and take whatever across, and take a van, a bus, or whatever, and go where we want to just for the weekend and come back. So that's probably what we'll end up doing with those 2 countries. And some of the stuff. I'm kind of curious to see. Move that. I hit that, didn't I?
Tip's right, actually. Americans aren't escaping from the country. It seems from the reports we see that they're going backwards.
Going backwards?
Yeah, America's going backwards.
I wouldn't doubt that. HCMC to Saigon. Yeah, I don't know. It looked like the stuff that Chuck. I've watched a couple of his videos. I haven't watched Jim's or Meow and Jim's. I got to catch some of theirs too. But it looks like and he was just there not too long ago. So for him to go back there, he must really like it. But it looked like they're
yeah.
having a good time. That trip that they took on now I would have never went on the bicycle ride or walked up any steps, but that deal where they went on the water, I would have definitely went in the boat with the woman that paddled with her feet, and let her push me around the water there. I would have definitely went on there where they went through the caves or whatever deal. That looked awesome in there. I think they were drinking beer. I think the person had beer for them. So they were in heaven.
They
that what it
stopped at
was?
a little shop on the way to get some water,
You got beer and stuff?
and pint and Vietnamese water.
Yeah, imagine that. But yeah, and like I said, I'm a big fan of Chuck and Page's and Joe and Gifts for that. I think they, like I say, especially Chuck's channel. If anybody's out there and they're thinking about going to any place in Thailand and a lot of the neighboring countries, Chuck and Paige have been there 3 or 4 times. So if you go on their site and do a search, you'll find even in Surin, even in Buriram, any place in Thailand, pretty much they've been to 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 times, and you can get a really good idea of what's there and you know what's around everything just by watching their videos. So by all means, that's what I would do if I was going to go anywhere. First place I would look would be No Time to Be Sad's channel for sure.
Yeah, Joe and Gift
Entertainment.
seem to be having a really good time in Italy at the moment.
Yeah, I
Or
think
Europe.
and I think they're off to. I'm guessing what would be Germany. I guess we'll find out. I haven't watched a lot of their videos. I have
I haven't
to.
I haven't watched the last one. They've been doing pretty well actually. Been invited to somebody they met in a coffee shop. Went to their house for a birthday party. Met
Oh,
up with
really?
some of Joe's old friends.
Huh.
They're having a great time.
I recommend Cambodia. I won't even try to pronounce stuff. A lot of Cambodian and Laos is like Thailand 20 to 30 years ago. Yeah, it I I'm looking forward to it. My wife is she wants to go too. So we got to, and plus I've got to do a trip back to the United States, and the kids want to go to the United States. So I got a lot of stuff to do, but I would say the easiest and first trips that I want to get my wife to go on once this heat wave breaks here a little bit and it starts to cool down in the next couple of months is to go to Laos and to Cambodia because they're real close. They're in Croatia. Croatia, did I say that right? Or is that right?
Croatia, yeah.
Okay. When we go to Vietnam, Joe and Gift may join. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'd like to go. And like I said, it's hard for me to go. Well, I could go with anybody, you know, with the thing either by myself or if I go with my wife, we just leave, you know, earlier. But it's nice. I must say it would be nice if she was, but she's not going to retire. My wife's not she's not going to retire. She loves her job. Eventually, I guess I don't know. She looks at it that it has my insurance, her insurance, still has insurance. I think on her mom and dad and the kids. So she figures she's. I don't know if people are familiar with Thai women, but my wife was set to take care of everybody, her children, her mom, her dad, her grandma, grandpa, anybody older than her, and her children. My wife was raised to take care of. That's why I go back to it again. If you're going to come to Thailand and you want to try to meet somebody, don't be an idiot. It's a culture. If a Thai woman is paying her mom and dad 10,000 baht a month and working, and you want her to come with you to go tour the world, you got to pay them their 10,000 baht a month. Just part of it. Don't bother. Don't be an idiot. Just it's nothing. You know, it's $300. And if you want companionship and you want somebody that probably really wants to go with you and may like you and everything, but she's not going to stop taking care of her mother and father. Okay, I went on that rant. I'm done with that now. I will. I do. You know, last time I spilt a pot of boiling water on myself, so I'd like to. I want her to go to Japan actually because she's more in the short time. She's damn near worse than me with the koi, and she would really get a kick out of going up into the mountains and seeing these mud ponds and these monster gorgeous koi that we could never afford in 10 my lifetimes. But I will go, and it's going to be easier for me to go on just a plane and go someplace and rent a scooter and do that because it just would be easier. But I do want to do the trailer thing too. But most definitely, Lao food is very similar to Isan. A lot of yeah. Now, which one is it? Cambodia that's not as spicy, or is Cambodia spicy too? I don't remember, but I will just answer that. Go on some. Uh, Dave, will your wife still what have insurance when she leaves? I don't know, to tell you the truth. I don't think so, Brock. I think we have to. I think we're gonna have to pay. I don't know. She'll probably work. Well, my age and her age. I think she's 43 now. 43. Anyway, I don't think I'm gonna. She won't retire until her mid 50s. So if I last that long, then I guess I'll have to worry about it then. But I guess what I'm saying is I'll probably be dead before she quits working.
I can't walk.
Going
I'm
to
just getting
Japan,
away.
do it now. Japan exchange rate is at the high. Really, it's not as expensive like people think. Yeah, because I thought like it was off the chart expensive. You have to rent a room smaller than me because you can't afford to have one. Hmm. Is that where to go? It sounds like you've been there a few times. Because I don't know where any of that. Because I'd be different than the typical tourist. Everybody would be rushing to see all the major deals, and I'd be wanting to get up where the koi are, where the fish are. Passed away. Who passed away? My ex-best friend. Ex-best
No,
friend.
that's Tip's partner.
Ah.
Long time ago.
Allowed to go solo. She'll let me go anywhere I want. She's pretty good. But Osaka 300, that's not bad. I do want to see it. I've had friends that have gone there. I think I want to say I watched a couple of videos of Chuck's that they were there, and they're talking about going back. My number one recommendation, as with us on Food Cities, close with one. Yeah, I Okinawa. My cousin, that was that story that I told. He was in the army back in Vietnam era, and he was a sergeant. He was in charge of a whole platoon or a whole troop or whatever. That was they were teaching them in Okinawa how to break up um, riots or whatever, at concerts or whatever they were. They strapped speakers to their back. They blasted the music and walked in, to whatever disturbance in Okinawa, and the music. You'd have to stop fighting and put your hands over your ears. Well, what they were training them for was to go into Vietnam and go into these little villages and talk to them and all that stuff. Well, they didn't realize how short my cousin was at the time, and he got out before before they went to Vietnam, and they called him. I said balls, but when I think about it, it was probably a good thing because he had spent 2 years with them or whatever. Everybody that went in there died. First place they went into, they killed them all, and the government asked my cousin, who wasn't in the army anymore, to write letters and to visit all the parents or the families of everybody. But he was in Okinawa, I think, for 2 years. I'd have to ask him. He's 73 now, 75. I can't remember. But Okinawa is supposed to be nice. He liked Okinawa. My wife would like any place where there's food. She's a typical Thai lady, as I think most all are. Some of them may be good though. But yeah, favorite countries. Yeah, everybody likes it. I'm gonna have to try it, and that isn't bad. But $300 for, is that a round trip ticket to FC? That's amazing. Cost in Japan was about half. Really? God, and I always was. Well, I guess maybe if the if the dollar got stronger or the what is it, yen or whatever dropped. Maybe I get a good deal on koi. I have to. I couldn't afford. I don't think I could afford. Anything of. But I'm sure I would buy a couple. Even if I couldn't afford them, if we went there, because my wife just cannot look at something and not buy it. We were both hooked on it for a little while, and I made her stop, and I stopped. It was auctions of Japanese fish that are out of Bangkok. There's a place in Bangkok that has both a farm in Japan and in Bangkok, and they sell they bring the fish in and sell them. And we bought some. We have them in the front pond and in this a few, not many, and not high quality, but they're definitely Japanese fish. Hotels are the most expensive part of travel. Food is very reasonably priced. Just got to stay away from the major holidays and times like cherry blossom and fall foliage. Yeah, I gotta have to check into it a little bit. I gotta see, and I gotta talk to my wife. Like I said, it's kind of tough for me to. I'm different than like the most of the people that are traveling and that have YouTube and all that. They can take up and go anytime they want. I don't have that. I don't have the ability to do that. Well, it's been 2.5 hours. I think I'm almost done. I want to thank everybody for watching. There's still 14 of you out there. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. If you guys aren't subscribed and you're watching, please subscribe. It's free. And in case anybody didn't know, I have to go over to my branding and go down to my outro and my intro, my outro, my live streams. We're done by Richard of Richard Travels. Hi, Richard. Hi, Richard's mom. If you guys are watching, hope life is going good for you. I hear your things are good, so I'm glad to hear that. But thanks, Brock. Thanks for jumping on. Everybody in the chat, thanks for being here. I guess I'll see you again. This is a short one, so I'll see everybody on Monday, except for maybe Logan and Jamie. I think they do a soccer thing on Sundays, their time. Monday. Is that right? Sunday.
Oh, look, there's Uncle Craig again. Hey, Craig.
Is he back?
Yeah, Craig's popped in. I've been waiting for you, Craig.
Have you? But anyway, I'm talking about. I'll let you know. I might be coming your way, and maybe this month. I have to see. The kids go back, I think, the end of this month. Maybe the first part of next month, but I'll talk to you about that. But anyway, have a great morning, afternoon, or evening. And let me go over here because I clicked off of that to the outro. Thanks, everybody, for watching. I really appreciate it. And I will catch you all on the next one.
If you haven't done it, please click the thumbs up.